Hi, everybody. I am here with one of my clients, my previous clients who completed my program, Darlene. She did a year of work with me, and I just wanted to get her feedback on the program and what we went through. So, Darlene, um, I just want to ask you, a couple questions. And, where did you find me, and what brought you to me in the beginning?
Well, I found you through my daughter. She's a friend of yours, and she kept telling me that I needed to get with you, and I kept blowing it off. And then finally, I decided, well, okay. And I mean, that's I had problems I didn't know I was having problems with. You know, some of them I knew I was having problems, but I didn't really know what to do with that.
So once we started doing some work together, it was a little bit different than what you thought originally?
What I thought this was going to be.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I really didn't know what to expect. She didn't tell me anything, she just, and so I didn't really know what to expect. I
Okay.
thought maybe it would be like a question and answer type thing, excuse me. Um, but, and at first it was hard, but then I realized this was about me and my hangups in my past.
Mm.
And once I got going, it was really good.
It was very clear what was going on under the surface after we started unpacking everything, right?
Yes, it was.
Okay, okay.
I can remember all this.
What was one thing that you were doing previously that you were not even aware of, that was maybe an unconscious habit or a pattern that with this program you were able to change and see differently? Can you identify any one thing?
Yes, I learned that I could let go of my 42-year-old son and not worry about him anymore because he's just doing fantastic. But I felt that I needed to stay close to him, um, to help him through any problems he had. But, this program showed me that, he has a wife and he has another family.
Mm.
And, you know, I, I wanted to move from Morgan City to Sulphur, and I was having a real major problem with that.
Yeah.
And but then, this taught me that I didn't have to do that. And he was okay, and he is okay. And I see it more and more, that he's okay,
Yeah.
without, because I'm still in Morgan City. I go back and forth right now because yeah, my mom's house didn't sell yet. But
Okay.
but I every time I leave, if I go, like this time I'm gonna be gone for 2 weeks straight, he seems to be happy about it,
Right, right.
and that makes me feel better. But I had to learn that.
Yeah. We could see how big of a role we played in some of the enabling and the codependent behavior and the patterns and the past fear, right? Was what we were
Yeah.
looking at all that time. And once we got present, then we were able to separate the reality from the nervous system panic and the
Yeah.
past fear and the concern. And so that was very real to you. And so I remember taking you through that several times and it
Oh
being
yeah.
very sensitive, but we were able to get you into a neutral space and move through that. Was that safe for you? Did that feel safe for me to be able to take you through those experiences and help
At,
you see something differently or allow your unconscious to see something differently?
well, at the beginning, because I didn't really want to open up about that.
Hmm.
So I guess that could be a little bit of fear,
Okay.
but then once I started opening up and I started feeling so much better, it was a whole lot easier,
Yeah. Did you
to do.
notice did you notice that when the fear slowed down that the body changed, the way you felt changed physically, mentally,
Yeah.
emotionally, that maybe there wasn't as much inflammation or pain or you moved a little bit easier or the day was just brighter when the fear wasn't so overwhelming in the body?
Yes, I
Yeah.
did.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. I think that's one of the biggest things that clients realize as they go through this work, how much the fear is stopping them from living the life. And the fear is unconscious so often, right? And so we found things that maybe weren't even in our face that we didn't even know that we were really concerned with. So thank you for that.
Yeah, you're welcome. Thank you.
Darlene, was there anything that you knew deep inside of you that maybe had been stifled, that maybe you didn't have access to do or be? Was there a part of you that was inside of there just waiting to come out, that maybe hadn't had permission to be seen or live? That the work together maybe showed you something different about yourself, self personally, was there anything you can think of?
Yeah, I had no self-esteem, not very much. My mom always, I don't want to say belittled me, but nothing I ever did for her was good enough. So therefore, I didn't feel like I was good enough for anything, you know. But I mean, this brought me out of this when, Monique said, you said, whenever you have to realize how your mom was raised too, and that's part of it. And once I thought about that and I realized that, um, it was easy for me to start looking at things differently. You know, I never really blamed my mom all the way, but I guess I kind of did,
Okay.
but now I'm okay with that because, if she didn't know how to stop what she learned,
Mm.
you know.
Would you say that maybe this had an influence on the way that now you're dealing with your children because of that generational change that you were able to see in yourself and through your previous family members, your ancestral line, to be able to change the way that you live with your children now and in their life?
Yeah, I think that I might have changed that a little bit before,
Yeah.
because I allowed my children to do things, whereas my parents really didn't let us do
Yeah.
much of anything, and I wanted my kids to be independent,
Yeah.
and I think I've done a pretty good job at that.
Yeah, yeah. Well, especially after what you just said with your son, being able to trust that he's safe and that he has his family and that he's okay, and so being able to pull away from that for yourself and being able to release this part of the past that's been kind of heavy on you.
Yeah,
How does that feel in your body now?
it feels good. It feels really good. I feel so lighthearted.
Yeah.
I don't have all that heaviness around me anymore.
Hmm.
I just I feel free.
That's the point. That's what we want. We want freedom, right? Freedom and satisfaction.
Yeah,
Good
and I
deal.
believe I got that.
Awesome.
All right.
So, Darlene, I'll just ask you now, was there any pain changes in your body or anything that loosened up or left because of the work that we did together? Any physical changes that you noticed?
Yes, my lower back would hurt all the time. That's gone, completely gone.
Okay.
Um, I my right arm was hurting me to the point where it's hard to use it, and that's so much better. I,
Okay.
I still have a little bit of pain there, but not near what I had in the past.
You can function with it. You can use your arm.
Oh yes, a
Okay.
lot more.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good, good. Anything else that you noticed physically in your body?
Um, no, because I never really had a lot of pain.
Okay.
Yeah, but those two were my big things, and
Okay.
and they're gone.
Okay.
Yeah, or almost all. The back's totally gone.
Yeah. the back pain was a deal when we started working together, and you have no more pain there. So that's a bonus, right? So
Yeah.
good deal there. Is there anything else that you feel like you should share with people? If someone doesn't know me, what would you say to them, or what would you recommend, with this program? Any final thoughts?
I would definitely recommend to do this. This was the best thing I ever did for myself, ever. Um, uh, that made it just, I feel happier. I feel more free. I can make the decisions to do what I want to do
Mhm.
and not hold back and say, maybe I shouldn't do this because, um, you know, somebody might need me for something, or, you know, I was really bad for that, but I'm not like that anymore. It's my time now. And this program definitely brought me into my time.
I love that for you, being able to take care of yourself, not having to answer to anybody else.
Yeah, yes, I love it too. Yes.
So good for you. Any final thoughts or anything that you want to say before we close this off?
Um, I advise anybody to do this. Monique is a very fabulous woman. She is patient with you. She gets you to talk and bring out what is wrong in you that you don't even know is wrong. Yeah. So I would advise anybody. This was the best thing I've ever done for myself. I mean, just the best thing. And at my end, I did it for 6 months, but when I got to the end of my 6 months, I knew I was not ready to be done. So I renewed for another 6 months, and I am so glad that I did, because I mean, I definitely see I got more out of my second 6 months than I did my first 6 months.
Yeah. That first 6 months is a lot of deconditioning of the nervous system and the way that the memories have been stored in the tissue, right? And then the next 6 months is almost reading all these messages that the body has given us. So it's
Yeah,
like we had to undo the way the brain was working first. And then in the second part, we decoded all the information and then reset the nervous system into a new way. And so, yeah, I agree that that first 6 months was really good, but the last 6 months is where you really changed and locked in a lot of this information in your body and truly began to live different. And I witnessed it. I witnessed you, getting a house ready to sell and moving furniture and doing physical things that you weren't able to do as easily in the past. I witnessed you driving into areas, in clear consciousness and without anxiety that we had had trouble in before. So there was definitely a big switch at that, probably that 5 to 8 month mark. I feel like
yeah,
where you really had a huge transition, and then those last couple months was just kind of living it together. And so right now, you're in a pretty good space. You've got the house ready to sell. You've got the little house that you brought to your daughter's property, which was your plan, and you're taking care of yourself and you're just living your life. So I'm so fortunate to have worked with you, and I thank you so much for your trust. And I know that's not easy sometimes,
mm,
you know.
yeah. It was. I mean, it's not that I didn't. I was able to trust you more because of Amanda,
Yeah,
but it was hard to get started.
yeah,
It's like, because you don't really know what to talk about,
right.
you know, and you don't really, well, I didn't really know what my problems were really,
Hmm.
but the more I started talking, because you pulled it out of me. And I'm so ever grateful for that. Thank you.
Yeah. It's because we can't see our own unconscious. We can't see our own brain. And so, because we can't see our own brain, what we believe is the problem is not actually the problem, right? And so, having someone to sit here with you in that space and mirror back what you're saying, we were able to just organically let it come up. And some of it was a little more difficult,
Yeah.
and at the same time, we didn't have to go back into trauma and grief and, scary stuff. We were able to move it in presence. And so I think that's such a treat too, the way that it all works together. So I'm just so grateful for your hard work and your trust and showing up every week and doing this work, and then, taking it home and living it and being able to ripple that out into your community and with your family and all the people you're going to meet. So, do you have any final
Yeah.
words for me? Any final thoughts before we close off?
No, I think I pretty much said everything. I can't thank you enough for having this. And I thank my daughter for making me, well, not making me, but kind of making me do this and making me
No
realize.
pressure, Mom. Go sign up.
She made me realize that I need it, you
Yeah,
know.
yeah.
Um, and I just love you. I miss hearing your voice every week.
Well, I'm right here. And if you ever want to come back or join in any of the groups, we have a space for you. So that's
Okay.
the other thing, is that once my clients finish, they can always go into Self Healing Masters. And it's a beautiful community where we do the work together as a group too. So that's always available for you to have a safe space to be in for a while. If you choose to come in, you can always do that at any time. So
Yeah.
that's there.
Okay. That's good.
And y'all always have access to your member vault stuff,
Oh,
and
yes.
YouTube channel has everything in it as well. So you have access to all the videos and stuff in there too. So um, I set y'all up for long term support, to be able to continue doing this work. So
Yeah.
we
I'm
can meet
continuing.
up still. There's a space for you if you want to come.
Okay. All right. Thanks.
All right.